Rachel.
Hello.
How's it going today?
I just feel very, very stressed out and miserable, and this has been a really, really hard few months for me. And I feel like no matter how hard I try to balance everything out, nothing works, and I'm back to square one.
I know you've talked a little bit about this before, your kind of stress level being through the roof.
Yeah, nothing works. I can't seem to find time to do school work, exercise, and relax. It just doesn't work, and I hate everything.
You sound a little worn out.
I definitely am worn out. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. You say nothing works. What have you... I guess what have you tried to bring you to say that nothing works?
I try to get up early and work out, and then I go to work, and then I go to class, and I go home, and I pass out, and then I don't get enough schoolwork done. I try to work out after class. I'm too tired to get up for work, and it's like the weekends I work, so I guess I have time to exercise there, but why when I can actually take 5 minutes to myself, So I just feel like, if I try one thing, something else is going to suffer.
So there's a struggle to find the balance between what
Yeah.
your priorities even are.
Yeah, and it's really affecting my mood and the way I see my body. I hate the way I look, and that's something I've struggled with before. I just don't like feeling like this. I feel miserable, and it's a bunch of things together, and I have a million papers due this month, and so just knowing that's coming is very frustrating.
So, that's definitely a lot of things to deal with, and knowing that you've kind of struggled with not, being able to balance things before and things like that, really want to get you, into a better state of mind, because
Yeah, that's what I want.
that'll help you, in a lot of different areas of your life.
Yeah.
So what ideally would your day look like, if you had, you had the time?
If I had the time and energy, my day would look like getting up at 5:30, exercising for a half an hour, showering at 6, getting ready for work by 7, packing up my lunch and stuff, leaving my house at 7:20, going to work from 7:45 to 3:15. I drive down here, go to the library, do work for 2 hours, go to class, come home, go to bed. But there's I only have 2 hours to do schoolwork, and that's just not enough.
So you don't think that that's realistic? Thinking about it,
No, it would be nice, but getting up at 5:30 every day is a nightmare when you stay up until 10, 11 trying to get schoolwork done after class, and it's just I can't do it all.
I wonder, I can't do this today.
You're doing good.
I'm
You
not.
got this.
I can't, well, yeah, I'm obviously gonna cut it out, but I'm just yes, I feel the same way.
I think we've had 5 or 6 exchanges, so
We'll just keep going.
we'll keep
I
going.
just
I'll
needed to
I'll give
say
you
that.
5 or 6 more good ones.
No, that was great. I just feel like I'm not helping you.
Oh my God, no, you are. You're making me think.
Well, striving for balance in your life is definitely a good goal to have. And we want, I want for you, and I'm hearing that you want for yourself to just kind of to feel good about yourself.
Yes.
With your schoolwork, with, going to work.
Yes.
You work a full-time job. You go to school full-time. That's a lot to do, and you should give yourself credit for that, for sure. But, you want to start working out. You want to incorporate that because you think that'll make you
that
feel
was
better.
a huge part of my life before I started grad school, and I think last semester I could balance it out a little more, but I wasn't working as much, and now I'm working double of what I was working for the first half of the first semester. So I feel like I gave up such a huge part of who I was to balance it out with doing schoolwork, and it's just I haven't been as active physically as I'd like to be, and at like my whole mood and just like the way I see myself changes. Like I have struggled with body image for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like when that suffers, my overall mood suffers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for me to like be motivated to do schoolwork when I'm like, well, instead of doing this, I could be working out.
Mm-hmm. So before you had said, there's a couple things I want to touch on that you just expressed. But you mentioned that last semester you didn't work as much.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you working more now? What?
Because I ain't got no money. Yeah, I like really don't have any money, and it like grad school's killing me. I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket from all my summer classes, which is like a few $1,000s that like I really don't have. So, I took on more hours because I want to get through grad school at within the 2 years that I have, because what I want to get done and like start my career, because then I don't make enough money. And then I picked up a job on Saturdays teaching dance, and I can teach anywhere from 9:30 to 2:30 or 12 to 2:30. Like it just depends. But yeah, I just don't make enough money, and I need to pay for grad school somehow.
So that's a necessity that
Yeah.
you had to
Absolutely.
work more hours.
Yeah, like if I would have just stayed working the hours I was working, I would have never been able to pay for this semester, let alone 3 classes in the summer. So I've really been trying to save.
Mm-hmm. So are there any, going back to your wanting to fit in working out,
Mm-hmm.
what, I'm trying to think of maybe some little ways that you could incorporate this while still feeling like you're getting everything done.
Well, before, like, I've walked at lunch, and that made me feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, I just don't have time to even pack lunch, so I always run out during my lunch break to go get something. But I guess I could, it's a possibility I could start working out at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I haven't been thinking of that lately. I've been kind of selfish, and like I've been using that as some downtime for me to
That's
kind of
selfish.
decompress for the day.
Why do you think that it's selfish to have downtime?
Because I feel like I shouldn't, just with the amount that I take on. Like I feel like rather than, sitting there and, taking a minute for myself or talking to my coworkers, like I guess that is a good way for me to self-care, but I want to use it to, I really want more like health self-care.
Like
Activity, eating better. It's hard to eat well when you're never home to make food. Like I think I'm home between the hours of like 9:30 at night till like 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It gets really hard.
Yeah. You had said that.
And it's also like, so I do like that time at lunch, but like, is that okay for me to not exercise during lunch? I don't know. I just feel like no matter what I do, there's never going to be enough time.
Right. There's not, you're always going to feel like you should be doing something else. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Do you think that I'm wondering if there are any ways that you could kind of incorporate your downtime, but also have it be active. So what does exercise it? Like, what do you do to exercise?
I used to like to run. Running's like nice, and there's a track at the school that I work at, so I used to run around there. I used to go to the gym after class, but now I'm just too exhausted to even think about being here longer than I already am. So to me, like a solid like hour is like what I'd like to get in, but lunch is a half an hour.
And what do you do when you exercise?
Definitely cardio and some like weights, anything like that, just like to keep my heart rate up and work out, do everything, arms, legs, abs. Used to do abs like so much and had a nice six pack going before Easter or spring break. Then I was just like, screw this, and like I think I overindulged. And, like,
Okay.
I ate too much and didn't exercise, and, like, didn't do schoolwork, which is why I feel so stressed out right now.
So, I'm kind of hearing that there's like this fear of something if you don't fit in, you know, eating healthy and running and lifting weights and doing abs. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, no. Like, I've noticed, like, it's a cycle. Like, I'll be super healthy, and then I'll stop, and then I'll feel like crap, and then I'll work out again and feel super healthy, and then, like, shit will happen, and I can't, like, I just don't have time.
Right.
Like, this week, like, I have paper due tomorrow, paper due Thursday, another 2 papers due next week, and it's just, like, never gonna stop.
Mhm.
And, like, whenever that happens, I lose, like, my will to exercise or even think about it because I'm just so drained.
So that makes you frustrated that you
Yeah,
just...
it makes me frustrated that my health suffers, which sucks because, like, I'm in my 20s and I want to be healthy now so I don't suffer later from, like, I don't know, it just worries me.
What is your diet like, if you don't mind?
It's miserable. Today I had a large coffee followed by a Caesar salad, some nuts, and another coffee.
Okay.
And that's it.
While I hear that you're kind of thinking that that's not enough, which, you know, it might not be enough food throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
but the choices that you're making, they sound pretty healthy.
Yeah, they're healthy. It's just, you know, one salad
enough of
and a
it.
pack of nuts is like, I mean, what worries me is my caffeine intake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I drank a venti Starbucks, and then for dinner I had a small one, but, like, still, that's a lot of caffeine. I'm worried about my heart, like,
Right.
but I need it to get through the day.
Mhm.
Like, I would never make it through the day if I didn't have coffee.
And do you
And
feel...
I've tried alternatives. I've tried eating an apple. I've tried, like, because I heard an apple is equal to, like, a cup of coffee, but, like, it's not the same.
Nothing sustains your energy like the caffeine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know you said your Saturdays are pretty packed typically.
Yeah, like, Saturdays are my favorite day of the week because, like, I get to go teach dance, which is, like, something I get paid to do that I actually, like, not that I don't like my job, but I would rather dance around and, like, help my dance students, like, learn and, like, perfect their choreography than, like, being at work because it's very repetitive and frustrating, and I just feel like 80 things get thrown at me at once and I'm expected to do a lot that I don't get paid enough for. But yeah, so, like, I love that job. I wish I could do that, like, year round, but, like, and it actually pays more hourly than my actual job does, but there's just no way to squeeze that in to make that a full-time job. It's just not in the cards. But yeah, I took that on, but then, so that's what I do in the mornings. At nights, I'm not fucking doing schoolwork on Saturday night, even though that's what I did this Saturday, and now I still feel miserable.
What do you do on Sundays?
Sundays, I try my best to, like, make that my relaxation day, because I'm already working on Saturdays. Sometimes I'm like, well, I could not work tonight and do it on Sunday, or just get it all done Saturday, which is kind of what I did this Saturday. I wrote a paper all day, but, like, Sunday, I was like, well, the paper's not done, it has to get done, like, when's it gonna get done? So, I don't know, it's like that, Sundays are the worst, they're like a gloomy day.
It sounds like you got a lot done this weekend though.
Man.
But you don't feel like you got a lot
Yeah.
done. So your kind of thought process is, you know, it's never
gonna be enough.
It's never gonna be finished.
Never.
You're always gonna have.
I'm always gonna have stuff, yeah.
Okay. I wonder how we can kind of shift your thinking into feeling like what will make you feel like you have accomplished what you need to get done.
Being done with grad school, but I know that's, like, a long way away. I guess just, like, being able to get through the day energized and able to squeeze in, not even every day, like, exercising, like, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like, at least 4 or 5 days a week. Like, it doesn't have to be every day. I definitely get exercise on Saturday because I teach dance, so that's, like, one day. But, like, I just want to be able to get through my day, like, with all my shit done and not having to do it at work or not having to squeeze it in 2 hours before class. But, like, that's never going to happen because where's the time?
do you plan out your week?
I try to the best that I can. So
How
like
does
this,
that work for you?
it works out pretty good actually. I mean, like today I was like focused on the paper that I have due for my group class, and I got most of that done. It just really needs heavily edited, and it's over the page limit, which you know, it's not really a great thing because who wants to read more than they assigned? But so I plan to do that. So that just needs edited. It's due tomorrow. Tomorrow I was gonna edit my paper that's due on Thursday, and then that'll be done. But then I wanted to start working on my paper that's due next Monday and next Wednesday already, which is crazy because I like haven't even thought about those other assignments yet. But that's why, because like once I finish this week, there's still gonna be more stuff to do next week.
So you don't ever feel that sense of accomplishment when you get an assignment done because there's always something else.
Maybe for like a minute. And like Thursday nights I feel very great, but like I always go out to drink with my friends after class because we all are going through the same stuff. So like I don't want to like that is like a part of my week I look forward to because like it is a time for like us to just relax and like vent about work or school. But yeah, so like I don't want to give that night up.
Okay. So we have Thursday that you go out with your friends.
Yes.
And we have Saturday that you work out.
Yes.
And we could maybe talk about Mondays and Wednesdays, sneaking in some time for.
Yeah, I guess I could. Mondays just suck in general. They're like,
So you don't like Mondays?
hate snapping back into the week. Although they are probably the most realistic to start working out because it's like, I view Monday as like the fresh start of the week because, you know, it's Sunday.
You think that would maybe help you get energized?
Yeah, I guess I could look at it that way. I never really thought about that.
And how about going back to your diet and how that makes you feel throughout the day? What would you like to see? Like, how would you like to see that change? I
guess maybe like preparing my meals more, which is gonna take even more time out of my weekend or week, but like just eating balanced. Like a salad's great, but that shouldn't be the only thing I eat. Like I need like protein and vegetables and fruit, and I just like it's a lot of money that I don't have. Well, I guess I can find a way to eat, but like it's just very expensive to eat healthy, and like money's a big stressor of mine, and I don't know, just like being able to eat clean. Like not getting so much fast food for lunch, and that's also a big money like taker of mine.
So it sounds like you're kind of, let me bring this to you, you're kind of contradicting yourself in a way.
How so?
You say, you know, you don't have time to do anything, and you don't have money to buy food to make meals, which you don't have time to make. But yet you want to make this priority, and you want to kind of change the way that your weeks are going, and you want to improve your mental health.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how we can come up with something to prioritize what you're thinking and what you kind of want throughout the week. And
I want a lot.
Right. So
like
you want the money. You want to eat right, but you don't want to make the food.
Yeah, I just want life to not suck for like a week. And maybe that's why I don't know, like, I guess like first and foremost the thing that's bothering me is like not being able to exercise, because like I do get really down on myself when I don't exercise, and like I just like am really hard on like myself. So I guess focusing on that first would be a good step in the right direction. But then again, I have so much on my plate this week. How am I going to squeeze that in?
It brings up a lot of other worries.
Yeah.
Thinking about trying to fit that in.
Yeah, it does. But I think it might be the best thing for me right now. I don't know. Help me.
I think that giving yourself more credit for the things that you do is something that should come to priority.
But people tell me that all the time, and it just makes me want to do more.
So that just motivates you to do more.
Yeah. Like, all right, shit, you're right. I can balance all this out. Why not take on more?
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way I think. Like, my boyfriend tells me that all the time. Like, I could never do what you're doing. And I'm like, well, bitch, watch me do more. Just kidding. I don't say that. Don't put that in there.
But how does that affect your self-care?
It's miserable. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
Like, I used to, like, take time to go get my nails done, and now, like, look at these.
Oh.
You see these? They're disgusting. But, like, that used to be a thing I did for me, and now I'm like, well, why waste that too? Like, hour and a half.